So, what's your name?
My name is Zach Flanagan, but
Do you have any nicknames?
yeah, just go by Zach.
Where were you born?
So I was born in Alexandria, Virginia in the year 2000, but I only lived there for about 4 years of my life, so I don't really remember much. Most of my childhood was spent in Ohio, where I lived from 2004 to 2012, and currently now I'm in Lexington, Kentucky.
And tell me a little bit about where we are right now.
Right now we're at Veterans Park. It's a nice little ballpark slash general festivity area for people to hang out near my house. It's like a mile away from my house.
And what do you do?
So right now I'm taking summer classes so I can graduate early. I was a junior, well I guess technically now I'm a senior, so I'm taking just my senior credits on my computer. And when I'm not doing that, I am working as a host at Bob Evans restaurant, which is so flashy and glamorous. And when I'm not doing that, because I only work a couple days a week, I'm hanging out with friends and family.
And what do you want to do?
Generally, I want to have a job that lets me pursue my hobbies. In a perfect world, I'd be able to have a job that is a hobby that also pays the bill and gives me plenty of cash to support me and my future family. But I'm kind of interested in financial things, kind of like the stock market and doing, I guess, broking, being a broker, I guess. So maybe do that just as a little side hustle, because it does interest me, and then that way I also have enough money to provide for my family and to pursue the hobbies that I would like to do.
And what's standing in your way of doing what you want to do?
Generally, I guess myself, like my will to go out and get something, I guess get something done. There's a lot of things that are like, obviously, you know, I can't enroll, like I'm not old enough to have my own account to invest money in stocks, or else I'd already have money in stocks right now. But generally it's myself and my will to go and get connections and find someone, because really the world is such an open place and people have a lot of opportunities. It's kind of just like myself just being lazy, not going and grabbing it. I'm just making connections that I could be making earlier.
And what is your definition of freedom?
I think freedom to me would be the ability to pursue your own happiness. When I was younger, me and my friends, we would just get our skateboards and just skateboard from like 12 or like 10 in the morning to like 8 o'clock at night. Just go anywhere, you know, stop and get like dollar drinks at the quick stop. And that was really the most free I've felt, because it was just me and my friends. We were all happy. We were all doing what we enjoyed. And I think that really represents at least my definition of freedom. You know, people come to America as the land of the free, and they interpret it as I'll be able to do anything I want, whatever I want, without restraints. But obviously there's laws and things that'll hold you back from doing certain things. So I think maybe being able to pursue the goals that you want in life are really the true freedom that you'll have.
And what is the best representation of yourself that you've seen in the media, if there is one?
Probably like there are two movies I've watched that I feel like represent me personally, and also me as a teenager, as an American, as a male, a white male. I think these are going to sound really cheesy, but they just hit home with me. It's going to be the movie Paper Trails, I think, the John Green book. Is it
Paper Towns?
Paper Towns? Yeah, that, and Perks of Being a Wallflower. And that's really cringy to say, and I'm going to look back at it and be like, oh my god, why did I say that? But the whole premise of both of those movies kind of captures like what it kind of is to be that awkward 17-year-old where you're old enough to have responsibilities like driving a car and not killing people, but you're not old enough to have your own credit card or get a tattoo or buy cigarettes. And it's kind of just like, not like those are crazy desires that everybody needs, but it's just like a really awkward place to be in. And I think those movies and the premise of them capture it really well with the whole emotional turmoil that all the characters go through, and kind of just the whole plot of just like the craziness that goes back and forth between just the day-to-day things that people have to deal with.
Yeah. And how could the media better represent you and your generation?
I've seen a lot of people referencing the generation that I'm in right now as the snowflake generation. Everyone's too sensitive and everyone cares too much about what other people think. And that's true. Like, to an extent, people are kind of extreme with how they, they're kind of pushing the boundaries and they're seeing how far they can challenge the societal views of what we're living in right now. And so to a certain account, the whole, everyone's too sensitive is kind of, there is truth to that, but there's also, you can't just categorize everyone as this, I'm a special snowflake, I identify as this, or, I come from this background, so I'm automatically this or that. And I think people shouldn't generalize us as a generation that's too sensitive and everyone wants to be their own individual, like, so much that they take it to extremes. I think people might need to realize that we've, in the past 10 years, we've come technologically, scientifically so far that maybe, like, just understand that everyone is trying to reach for the same goals. Everybody, generally speaking, everybody wants happiness and everyone wants the best for them and the people around them. And we're coming so far as a society, like, we're becoming more and more intelligent every day. There's things that I know right now and things that I'm doing. I mean, every single year, people that are kids and are learning things that my parents didn't learn the math class I took in high school, my parents were learning in college. So just as we come and as we progress as a society, I think we're becoming more intelligent, and I think people need to stop judging everyone below them and everyone above them so harshly, and maybe just realize that we're all fighting for the same goal. We all want our families to be happy. We all want food on our table, and we all want, as individuals, to be happy. So I think people need to realize that it's just a different way of expressing ourselves emotionally and physically, and it doesn't necessarily mean it's a bad thing.
Yeah. And do you know one thing that you want to be able to say that you know about yourself before you die?
Kind of like something I want to tell myself before I die, like if I could go back in time.
Like something you want to say that you accomplished, or something that you want to say that
I did this, I did that.
Yeah. Or one like personality trait that you successfully developed over your life.
I definitely want to be able to say, like, as a physical accomplishment, I want to one day do a portion of the Appalachian Trail. Maybe the whole 6-month thing that's really crazy and really hard to do. Maybe just like a 1-month excursion, because hiking 21 miles a day is really hard and crazy. So maybe like as a physical accomplishment that, I want to be able to look back at the things I've done in my life and be able to remember them. Sometimes I just get really scatterbrained, and I just hope that isn't like onset Alzheimer's when I'm older, and I hope that I just can remember the things that are happening. The reason I have this camera right here and that it can film is because, and I'm more interested in filming, is because it captures the world around me more accurately than I can with pictures, and I want to be able to look back and be able to remember what I was doing at the time that I was filming.
Yeah.
I don't want to forget about it. Even small things like this interview, I still want to be able to remember going out with my friends and sitting in a field and talking to them.
Yep. Okay. Well, thank you.
You're welcome. It was very fun.